The most powerful emperor in the world once tried to conquer a small island and lost to a storm. Not once, but twice. Imagine ruling the biggest empire on Earth and having millions of soldiers ready to fight for you. You defeat kingdoms, cities, and entire armies. It seems like nothing can stop you. But then you try to conquer one island, and the ocean destroys your army. This is the story of Kublai Khan, the emperor who ruled the largest land empire in history, yet could not defeat the sea. And by the end of this story, you'll understand how a giant storm saved Japan and changed history forever. Kublai Khan was the grandson of the famous conqueror Genghis Khan. You may have heard of Genghis Khan, the warrior who created the Mongol Empire. His armies rode fast horses, fired arrows with incredible skill, and conquered huge areas of land. But when Genghis Khan died, his empire was divided among his family. One of his grandsons, Kublai Khan, became one of the most powerful rulers of them all. By the year 1270, Kublai Khan ruled a massive empire. His lands stretched across China, Mongolia, Korea, and many other regions. Millions of people lived under his rule. He was so powerful that many countries sent gifts to him to show respect. But one place refused to bow to him: Japan. Japan was an island country across the sea, and it had its own warriors called samurai. The samurai were brave fighters who followed a strict code of honor. Kublai Khan sent messengers to Japan with a simple message: "Submit to me or face invasion." But Japan refused. The Japanese leaders did not want to become part of the Mongol Empire. They believed they could defend their land. Kublai Khan did not like this answer at all. So he decided to send an army. In 1274, Kublai Khan prepared his first invasion of Japan. This was not a small army. It was huge. About 900 ships sailed toward Japan, carrying around 30,000 soldiers. The army included Mongol warriors, Chinese soldiers, and Korean sailors who helped operate the ships. When they arrived, they attacked a place called Hakata Bay. The Japanese samurai rushed to defend their land. But something shocked them. The Mongol soldiers did not fight like the samurai. Samurai liked to fight one-on-one battles. A warrior would challenge another warrior and fight with swords. But the Mongols fought in groups. They fired many arrows at once and used early gunpowder bombs that exploded loudly and scared the Japanese horses. For a moment, it looked like the Mongols might win. The Japanese defenders were pushed back toward the shore. But suddenly, something strange happened. The Mongol army returned to their ships during the night. And then, the weather changed. A powerful storm hit the Mongol fleet. Huge waves smashed against the ships. Some ships crashed into rocks. Others sank into the sea. Many soldiers drowned. When the storm ended, much of the Mongol fleet had been destroyed. Japan had survived. But Kublai Khan was not ready to give up. Instead, he became even more determined. He believed the first invasion failed because the army was not big enough. So he started planning a second invasion, one that would be much bigger and stronger. Shipbuilders across China and Korea began building hundreds and hundreds of ships. Soldiers were recruited from across the empire. Weapons, food, and supplies were gathered. This new invasion would be enormous. Historians believe around 140,000 soldiers and sailors were involved. That made it one of the biggest invasion fleets in history at that time. Kublai Khan was sure this army would succeed. But Japan was preparing too. The Japanese remembered what happened during the first invasion. So they built something new to protect themselves. They built a long stone wall along Hakata Bay. This wall was several meters tall and stretched for many miles along the coast. Its purpose was simple: stop enemy soldiers from landing easily. When the Mongol fleet returned in 1281, they faced a big problem. They could not easily land on the beaches anymore. Instead, their ships had to stay in the water offshore. For days and then weeks, the Mongol army waited on their ships. Meanwhile, the Japanese samurai did something clever. At night, they sailed small boats out to the Mongol ships. They quietly climbed aboard and attacked the soldiers. Imagine trying to sleep on a ship while enemy warriors might appear in the darkness at any moment. The Mongol army was stuck waiting in the ocean. And that turned out to be a terrible place to wait. The invasion fleet was actually made of two giant groups of ships. One group came from Korea. Another came from southern China. Together, they formed an enormous armada of more than 4,000 ships. But there was a problem. Many of these ships were built very quickly. Some were not designed for the rough ocean. They were more like river boats. They were wide and heavy, and they were not strong enough for huge storms. And soon, the Mongols would face one of the biggest storms imaginable. A typhoon is a powerful tropical storm with violent winds and massive waves. When it hit the Mongol fleet, chaos began. Ships crashed into each other. Anchors snapped. Some ships flipped over in the giant waves. Others smashed against the shore. For 2 days, the storm raged across the ocean. When it finally ended, the Mongol fleet was destroyed. Thousands of ships were gone. Tens of thousands of soldiers had drowned. The invasion had completely failed. The Japanese believed the storm was sent by the gods to protect them. They called it kamikaze. That word means divine wind. It meant a wind sent by heaven to save Japan. This story became very important in Japanese history. For centuries, people told stories about the storm that destroyed the Mongol invasion. They believed their country was protected by a special force, and the word kamikaze was remembered for hundreds of years. Kublai Khan never tried to invade Japan again. The invasion had cost him too many ships, soldiers, and resources. Even though he ruled the largest empire in the world, he had learned a hard lesson. Conquering land is one thing. Conquering the sea is another. The Mongols were masters of fighting on land with horses and bows. But they were not experts at naval warfare. And the ocean is unpredictable. A single storm can destroy even the largest army. In the end, the most powerful emperor on earth was defeated not by another king, not by an army, but by the forces of nature. Kublai Khan ruled an empire larger than any before him, yet the ocean stopped his greatest invasion. Sometimes even the strongest rulers in history discover that nature is more powerful than any empire. If you enjoyed this story, make sure to like the video and subscribe. And if you want to hear another amazing story about the Mongol